So I decided to write and publish this as Captain's Logbook to share this true recount with you. I left the ship, and for a few years I didn't want to look back. Of course, I sailed by regular companies. Then I really thought of writing it and starting on the manuscript.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back. It is Wednesday, and Wednesday means your favorite time of the week is time for Leaders Talk. And as usual, I am your intrepid host, Andrew Dupy, Chief Relationship Officer here at Leaders Press. And I have a really fun guest today. He is the author of the Captain's Logbook, a book that I happen to have on my shelf, John Silva. Let me take a minute to introduce you to John. So John was born in Ceylon in the post-independence era, and he joined the Merchant Navy as an officer cadet all the way back in 1973. And after 14 long years of sailing, completing all of his advanced studies, he graduated as a master mariner in 1989. And since then, he has been commanding merchant ships around the globe. He's also a marine surveyor, a consultant, and he now lives in Maryland with his family. And I'm glad that he lives there because I've read this book, John, and man, you went through a lot. So tell us a little bit about yourself that I didn't cover there to our audience, and let us know about this sea adventure that
Yes.
people should be reading. This true
I'll get there because okay, you have I moved out since then. I've been in Reading, Massachusetts now, and okay, I'll get to the what motivated me to write the book. Okay, there are, as a seafarer or merchant mariner, there have been always many challenges and experiences that have gone ahead, and this is something very, very special. Very special is because I faced this in short because of my bad decision. Okay, my bad decision. Okay, I'll get there. 2005, I asked for 1 year's leave from my regular company to try how I fare in a show job. Mm-hmm. Yes, I was lucky. I got a job as general manager in a small shipping company in Sri Lanka. The company owned 2 ships. And the boss liked me because the first few months was hectic, putting me through certain serious situations. Thereafter, from about 3rd month, I start to feel that I'm not a 9-to-5 man. I couldn't go and sit in the office at 9 o'clock and then have coffee and then go for lunch and come back, meeting some on and off. For me, it was very difficult sitting there 9 to 5. And then my mind started to wander. Then I called my company, my regular company, and my immediate boss, direct operations, told me, because since I asked for 1 year's leave, so they have not put me on the trust roster. That I was very welcome to join, but waiting period about 10 weeks, 2.5 months. No, I wanted to get back very soon. That's my way, right? That's why I got into this trouble. And okay, then all in all, a friend of mine I just contacted him. He was just started a crew management agency in Sri Lanka. Then he said, he has a job for me. Then I went there, did the paperwork, and of course I have a habit of keeping my boss informed. And I spoke to him. He said, "Oh, I don't advise you to go there." No, I don't advise you to go there.
Bad sign.
Yes, he said, those ships, we own those ships, we have sold them. And he didn't go into details. 3 times he said, I don't advise you to go there. Okay, my home front, my wife said, why you want to say, you have a wonderful job here. General manager of a shipping company, now you're going to go back to sea. Okay, coming to the last part, my wife took me to this religious prayer meeting. There also the message came, do not go. Advice from Providence, right? But that is my way, friends. I joined the ship. That is where the story starts. I joined the ship. And so each time I had a problem, I felt as if my bad decision was saying to me, hi, John, you remember me? And this kept me haunting day and night, day and night. And all happened on one ship, one round void around Africa. I'm a storyteller, not a great one, but humble way, I'm a storyteller.
Pretty good from what I've read in the book now. Don't sell yourself short.
So I decided to write and publish this as Captain's Logbook to share this true recount with you. Okay. Yeah. I decided to, few years since I left the ship, and for a few years, I didn't want to look back. Of course, I sailed my regular companies. Then I really thought of writing it and starting on the manuscript. It was in 2011. Yes. And I edited the manuscript, and it was there until I decided to work with Leaders Press and publish it, which happened in 2021, 10 years later. Okay, getting back there. Briefly, I joined the ship at the port of Durban in February 2006. And I relieved the outgoing master, who was a Myanmar national, entire crew from Myanmar. I was the only outsider, Sri Lankan.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, then I was introduced to the chief engineer. I just briefly asked him, how's the engine, main engine, how's the auxiliary engines, generators? He said, all good. No. He said, he didn't say anything. I asked 3 times, or maybe more. He said, no, okay, this was a small problem. Of course, a 20-year-old ship, if there are no problems, I mean, there's something wrong. Okay, small problems, good. Okay, we started sailing. And ship stopped at sea. No motive power, total darkness. Then only I realized, out of the 3 generators, 2 are completely out and only 1 working, that is also ailing. So this is a problem. Then I realized, okay, the problem number 1. This happened, not going into very much details. We were off the coast of Luanda in West Africa. The ship stopped and the chief engineer says, now this is beyond repairs. What else now? Fortunately, we are very close to the port of Lobito. We called the port, and they sent a tug to tow the vessel. On the tug, there was a pilot from the port. He told me, Captain, you are very lucky. 3 hours later, you will be on a submerged reef, be stranded. Okay, we escaped there. We were towed in 1 month, somehow other, some repairs done. We went to port of Matadi, second one. Because that's my theme here is collision to mutiny. In Matadi, Matadi is a river right up the Congo River. It's a port right up the Congo River. And we completed discharging, just about to sail out. That's a port that we had 1 anchor out always at the time of docking, and that we had this port anchor out to come out. We're heaving up the anchor to come out. So we are ready to leave, pilot on board, engines not answering. We are calling the engine room, no news. No news. And the ship was falling back slowly with the tide, with the current. And after about 10 minutes, I decided to send one officer from the bridge down to the engine room to check what is happening. He came up, he was sweating, he was red in color. I said, what is wrong? What is wrong? He said, there's a problem. I said, there's a problem in the engine. I know, that's why it's not working. No, that's something else. What is, there's one officer is trying to hit the chief engineer with an iron bar. And he said, I'm going to finish you off. I said, because I don't want the pilot to hear that. So I said, okay, let's see now. Engine not working, they are trying to kill each other. Fortunately, the stern of the ship stopped about, without any exaggerations, about 6 to 7 feet from the other ship, which was behind me. So there was no any contact. Second one. Right. Third one. We were in, again, port in west coast of Africa. The ship was detained because we had a photocopy of a document which we should have had the original. And port state control officers came on board. They found in the photocopy. I said, we just arrived. My owners are supposed to send the original by DHL. We should have it in a day if you allow me to show it as soon as I receive. Then they gave me they discussed and they said, okay, that we can settle this. I said, that'll be great. It's a Friday. But we want $2,500. Oh, no, I didn't. I don't give bribes and I don't take bribes. But in case, in this situation, I didn't have all, even if I wanted to.
Right.
I said, no. I didn't have that kind of money because on board at that time. But I called the agent, our agent, and I said, they are giving me a form all in French. I don't understand French. I don't know French. So what do you want me to do? Then she said, okay, they won't leave otherwise. If it says sign under dispute. Under dispute. And I dispute and sign it. So I did exactly what she said. With that, they left. 1 hour later, I get a message from the agent saying that ship is detained and $15,000 fine.
And they'll pay $2,500, so now it's 15.
$15,000 pound fine and ship is detained. Right. Okay. Then we arranged a meeting. It was Saturday morning at the director's office. The agent came. It's a French woman, from Musk line, and myself. Okay, she was talking to the director. I was talking to the general manager of the port state control. He said, do anything what you like, Captain. Try to get the ship out. So I was talking to him. He said, you give me $5,000. I will waive off I'll lift the detention. So I said, okay, what I should do? Because $15,000, but now the charter is off at the vessel. So each day we are losing $8,000.
Right.
Right. So then there was a small break because these two gentlemen wanted to speak to each other. They left. And when I was talking to this lady, I said, okay, I think I agreed for $5,000. This man, he said, yeah. Because other that the director wanted $6,000. So it's $11,000. Okay, fine. Then anyway, it was discussed $5,000. And the Sunday morning to meet at a restaurant to give the money in the local currency. He was okay to get the money local currency. Right? We met at the breakfast and agent put a guarantee that money will be paid. The detention was lifted. The ship, then I called the ship from there. I told them, okay, we will be ready to sail in about 3 hours. Make sure there are no stowaways on the ship. No stowaways. And then I went on the ship. Chief also had a very, form filled up, all areas checked. Everything is good, no stowaways. We call pilot. Of course, whatever loss we have already faced. And we said, it was on Saturday, I beg your pardon, on Sunday afternoon. Monday morning, I went to the bridge. Usually at 6 o'clock, I go there. Depends, between 5 and 6. She also said, we have a problem. I said, what's the problem? We have stowaways on the ship. I said, you yourself said that all clear, we can sail. I said, no. I said, no, we can't proceed. Then we reduced speed, we stopped. We started looking for stowaways. We found 4 of them. And according to one of them, there were 5. So where is the other one? And I started praying. Because, okay, he was hiding on we loaded some cases. They were empty cases. That there's with the door on one side. So one fellow was hiding in one of those cases. So 5 were okay. We turned around to come back to the same port. So we came back and anchored. The agent came with the police and the immigration. So of course we had, for breakfast time, we had some food ready for the authorities. One of the police officers, as soon as he came, said, I want to see the people. So I sent one of my officers with them. There's 2 of them are convicted criminals. They are looking for murder. Immediately they were arrested, taken back. So that is the 4th one. Okay, not going very. That's enough, I think. But one more thing. But
yeah, I think we've got the idea that we should not leave our 9-to-5 jobs. You're not inspiring me to exit the office.
Yeah. So, and also, after so much of advice not to go, right? Okay, so I can give another one more, and then that's about all what I experienced, but there's a lot that just I decided on this.
Yeah, I can tell.
And what else? I can go to one more. That's in.
Let's hear one more. Yeah. I think our audience is enraptured at this point.
Yeah, it's different. That's why I want to say. We were in Dar es Salaam. Okay, we were going to discharge this cargo in Dar es Salaam. It's oil rigs. What we had on board was oil rigs in parts. So we're discharging, and I had this second engineer who was to be signed off, who were trying to kill the chief engineer there. So I thought, I want to see a peaceful departure. I told him, come, let's go. I take you out to dinner. Some some things that we used to keep peace on the ship. I didn't want any problems that time I was leaving. So I took him out to dinner. We went to a nightclub, and then we were seated. Of course, there was girls and a live band playing. I went to the toilet. As I was going, I saw a girl standing out there, looking more. It's something very difficult to say. The Ethiopians, they are all mixed. She looked at me as I was coming out. He asked me that I was from India. I said, no, I'm from Sri Lanka. She said, okay. I said, and then I was walking. She came behind me. So I said, okay. So she introduced herself as Rima, and I told her, you can sit. But only thing, if you're looking for some kind of business, you're at a loss. Because 3 years ago, I would have. But now I don't go there. But definitely, certainly, you can have some dinner with us. You can have some to eat. She said, no. If you can order some food for me, I'll take home and give to my child. So then, how she came to prostitution and how I took her back to her parents.
Mm-hmm.
They are good people. They are business people. They are not. Yes.
Yeah.
And how they, especially the father, accepted her against the wishes of her sibling, right? Because she's gone. She's cut off from the, as they're concerned, she's cut off from the family. But mother really wanted her, but father dragged his feet for some time, finally accepted her. So only good thing happened on this ship was that.
Yeah, I mean, there's a happy ending, at least to that story.
Yes.
Man.
And then I took her back home.
I mean, I'm just surprised that so much that has gone on. You have a very good recall of the events and everything. So how did it take you 10 years to write that as a book?
Yeah, that's very good. One thing, it was my seafaring. Time was a factor for me. Time was a great factor for me. And, you know, we sail for 4 months, plus minus 2 weeks. When I come home, the involvement at home and traveling, family, and 2.5 months just passed. I take about a week to settle down and 1 week to get ready to get back on the ship. So 2 weeks already gone.
Right.
So it took always it came to my mind in 2011. No, I will put all this because I had all the facts. Most of the important messages I passed on, I copied to one of my personal files. So I had all the details. So that's what is not a problem. So and then also in between, this is one of the main reasons I did a TV series in Sri Lanka because I have written some short stories. In 2014, when I was there, I met a leading literary figure in Sri Lanka. When I told him what he read, 3 of them, and he said, this will be good for us to develop into a TV series. So then,
that's exactly what I was thinking as I was hearing your story.
I looking for finances, and then I tried to do it virtual, but it didn't work that way. I had to take 6 months off and sit there, and when the production was going on, finally, thank God, September 2015, we signed a contract with independent television network, government-owned TV station in Sri Lanka. They accepted, and telecasting was commenced in October and completed in October 2015 and completed in March 2016. It was 24 episodes and also a little bit more to that. We won 7 awards for that. Yes.
Awesome.
So then that's how that almost 3 years I was involved in. And I got back to my book 2021. I published with Leaders Press. I'm glad that I worked with them, and I got the book out.
Oh yeah, we love having you, and the reviews on it have been excellent. I was checking that out a little while ago. It's definitely managed to enrapture its readers, and I think touch them. What message do you want people to take away from your book? Not just from your story that you tell. I mean, not just from the ABCs of it, but what do you want the reader, when they actually read it, to take away for themselves?
Yeah, the problems always are there, whether it's at sea or ashore. So when we have a problem, you got to be very calm. then try to contain the situation. If it's like in my case, there was a mutiny. So try to contain the situation. And we have to observe from where it started as it progressed while trying to contain, and also get some people to observe. And then the thing is, whatever is giving a negative impact, right? Like in this case, I completely stop alcohol, right? Because I will alcohol. Then here you must speak to the people. You cannot avoid them. You cannot isolate them.
Right.
You go to them. You talk to them. Get them out from each one. Why this happened, right? At least the problem is solved. At least you get an opportunity to finally solve the problem, and then separate them, as you call, get them out of the company or fire them. That's there. That's finally it will happen. But until then, on ship situation is I have to contain and keep the peace so that things doesn't get out of hand, and where it becomes so serious and they kill. I mean, somebody can kill another.
Right. We don't usually run into an office problem and the result is potential murder.
Murder.
That's definitely a problem writ large compared to what 9 to 5 does.
In an office, 9 to 5. So, okay, after 5 o'clock, they're out. Again,
right.
Here, it's not that we live with the problem.
Right.
We live with the problem. We bump into each other every now and then. We eat together.
Yeah.
So it's extremely difficult, this situation. So, and then also we have to, of course, hold an inquiry, formal inquiry, document, and then, of course, we pass the information to the HR department to the final. They are the final decision. But on ships, as master, they are no more. In a case of a show, then of course the HR take over and they decide what to do with these people. So, what I said, main thing is when you have a problem, don't get panic.
Right.
No panic. Just be calm as possible. If you are not a person who used to come, we have to induce calm. Then only you can see it proper to your eyes, the facts, so that you don't make a mistake on your own by wrong judgments. Here, judgments are very important. So that is something. One of the points, maybe not gone to all, that we have to think. We have to consider how to contain the problems that I had on board can come in the officers in different ways. Maybe the worst situations. Right, could be worse situations, but in different ways. So yeah. I read books. I read some of the books. I'm just reading one of Daniel Steele's book, High Stakes. Oh my goodness, that was one. That was one director and partner of that go to jail for 37 years. So it happened.
Yeah, I mean, it can, but I do like that you can take these kind of stories and, maybe they're bigger than the problems you have running an office, managing people, but, it all ends up being the same. You use the same skills to resolve it. I think that's what you're trying to really get at. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that was some of them that, okay, how would my advice to someone, how you could handle these problems, in few words.
Yep, exactly. So tell our audience a little bit about how they can find out more about you as we kind of wrap up here.
Yes. A Facebook page. I have my Facebook page, which is John De Silva. Hold on a minute. Captain Logbook, Facebook, facebook.com/Captain John De Silva.
And we'll
then on Instagram, John D, JOHNDE 7885 in Instagram. Okay, anyone interested, you can also come through Facebook. I can give my other details, email, etc. I'll like to answer more questions.
Yeah, absolutely.
The way they want it. And also, you read this book, and it is you on the ship, one person, nobody to tell us, because Myanmar crew, and you sit in your cabin, you deal with these situations, and believe me, Andy, I prayed, and I think it is not my command, not my heroic acts or anything. It was, the ship was safe at the end. We brought to a safe port. The crew was safe. I was safe. I came home.
And we are very, very glad of that, because otherwise we would not get this story.
No way. I wouldn't be talking to you, Andy.
Yep. Well, the book, ladies and gentlemen, is The Captain's Logbook. We're going to have those links down below so you can find out a little bit more about John. John, I am glad you survived this to be with us. And I really hope that you all pick this up. It is a page turner.
Thank you,
John.
Andy.
Thank you so much for being here, and we wish you the best of luck and safe travels and voyages.
Thank you so much. Thank you.